Evacuation levels have dropped, but fire crews are still busy fighting the Hat Rock fire in Umatilla County. We've got the latest from the front lines.
That's right, and we've been tracking some smoke in the area and some air quality issues through the region. We'll get to that in the first alert weather forecast.
And we'll hear from a community mourning a young mom-to-be who was killed in what appears to be a random attack on the streets of Seattle, part of a trend that federal officials are calling a healthcare crisis.
Now, KAPP Local News at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Firefighters are continuing to make progress on the Hat Rock fire in Umatilla County. This afternoon, the evacuation warnings were downgraded. There are no more level 3 go now warnings in place, although some areas are still under level 1 and 2 evacuations. Fire officials say they did see a flare up yesterday afternoon, but crews were able to get that under control pretty quickly. They are still working to get complete numbers about how big the fire got. They're estimating nearly 16,000 acres. And we saw multiple fires in Benton County on Tuesday during a red flag warning. The biggest of those is now about 50% contained. The Hanson fire burned south of I-82 in the Benton City area. And this is the one that forced evacuations for several hours in Kiona. Fire officials say that it's burned more than 6,000 acres. The windy weather yesterday was a challenge, but at this point they say things have calmed down enough that firefighters are really going through now looking for hot spots. It's not clear yet what started any of the fires across our region on Tuesday. We are starting to see a haze in the air, though not nearly as much as you might have expected after Tuesday. The wind that fueled the fires also swept a lot of that smoke right out of the area, but you can see here we do still have big fires in Canada. Those are starting to send smoke our way once again. And Stacy, we're kind of seeing that on our cameras even.
Absolutely, we are seeing that. The wind is coming from the north to the south, bringing that smoke and haze. Now, the good news is winds are going to shift direction tomorrow, so that will help with the air quality. But we are seeing that smoke and haze. Take a look at our Legends Casino Hotel cam right there, looking out in Toppenish. Now, yesterday we had a beautiful view of Mount Adams. Today, well, you can't see it at all due to the smoke and haze. Let's take a look at our air quality map right now. We're starting to see moderate unhealthy air in the Yakima, Toppenish, Ellensburg area. Very unhealthy up near Moses Lake all the way into Ephrata. That's unhealthy for sensitive groups. And again, you'll probably start to see that smoke and haze along with some clouds that are starting to move through the region. Temperatures though, those are nice. Look at Dayton 68, 80 right now in Tri-City, 79 in Yakima, Cle Elum 68 degrees. Let's take a look at the wind speeds around the area. We're going to see those winds starting to pick up in Yakima and Toppenish, and again, they're coming down from the north. So partly cloudy and hazy, warm and windy tomorrow. We got a big cool down coming this weekend. Let's plan your night out. Again, 79 at 6. We'll be down to 73 in Yakima by 8. In Tri-Cities, we'll start getting into the 70s at 8 o'clock tonight. And in Walla Walla, seeing the hazy conditions there as well. Temperatures in the 70s and for the early part of the evening. Lots to get to in that first alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. There's a fundraiser happening this Saturday to benefit Josie's Misfit Ranch, a 10-acre animal rescue in Ellensburg. KAPP-KVEW's Emily Goodell got to visit. She tells us the organization has saved 94 dogs and cats just since last year, and they want to do more.
It all started with Josie here, who was an hour away from being euthanized when her mom came and took her to her forever home. The goal of Josie's Misfit Ranch, to make sure other dogs can find their home, no matter their circumstances. The rescue specializes in animals that require extra care, either for medical conditions or behavioral needs. The organization relies on donations, community partners, and help from people willing to foster.
I think people are very daunted by bringing one of these animals into their home, but it's so rewarding. You're literally saving this animal's life. We can't help an animal unless we have a foster. Period.
Josie's Misfit Ranch is hosting the annual Dachshunds and Friends on Parade event this weekend, featuring a parade, costume contest, tricks competition, and races. All proceeds from the event this weekend will go directly to benefit Josie's Misfit Ranch to make sure that all animals have a chance to find their forever home. Reporting in Ellensburg, Emily Goodell, KAPP-KVEW Local News.
Thanks, Emily. Now we're tracking developing news tonight from Germany, where police say an American tourist killed a young woman and injured another. This happened near Neuschwanstein Castle, which is one of the most famous landmarks in Bavaria. There are hiking trails in the mountains around the castle. Police say a 30-year-old man lured two women onto a path, then attacked them, ended up pushing them down the slope. Police say so far this appears to have been a chance meeting. That suspect is in custody. We're told they have not been publicly identified. In Seattle, a man is being held without bail, accused of shooting and killing a pregnant woman and injuring her husband. Prosecutors say the suspect wasn't allowed to have a gun. Investigators say he walked up to the couple in their car at a stoplight and shot them both on Tuesday morning.
And it could have happened to any of us, so it's just unsettling, and nobody deserves this, and I don't think enough is being done in this city to protect us.
I'm getting tired of wearing the t-shirt that says, our thoughts and prayers are with whomever. And now it's our community.
Police say they found the suspect shortly after the shooting, and they said he was yelling, "I did it." Police say the suspect told them he saw a gun in the couple's car, but surveillance video contradicts that claim. And that shooting was one of hundreds across the nation just in the past 72 hours, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Federal officials have called gun violence a healthcare crisis.
Gun violence is a healthcare crisis in this country. I think it is important that we take actions to protect our communities and our neighborhoods.
We will be reinforcing the importance of identifying, investigating, and prioritizing the prosecution of those who are responsible for the greatest violence in our communities.
We are 166 days into 2023. There have been almost 300 mass shootings with 4 more victims so far this year. Analysts say gun violence killed more than 20,000 people last year. This year, we're already over 19,000. And 10 days after the Oregon State Senate started fining lawmakers who refused to show up for work, Republican senators walked back into the chamber today. The Republican boycott started back on May 3rd, effectively putting the legislative work on hold for 6 weeks because the Senate didn't have enough lawmakers to officially vote on proposals. Last week, lawmakers on both sides started negotiating several contentious bills. These are addressing things like abortion, gun control, and health care for transgender people. The Oregon legislative session ends on June 25th. Tonight, the Pope is still recovering from abdominal surgery earlier this month. The Vatican released these pictures this morning showing the Pope visiting a children's cancer ward in the same hospital where he's being treated. Officials say the Pope is expected to be out of the hospital in the next few days. This morning, the Supreme Court upheld a decades-old law that gives preference to Native American families when it comes to foster care and adoption for Native children. In the late 1970s, the Indian Child Welfare Act was created to address concerns that Native American and Alaska Native children were being taken from their families and placed in foster care homes or adoptive families that disconnected them from their communities. 3 white families and several states sued, saying that the law is unconstitutional because it gives preference based on race and gives the federal government, they said, too much power over adoptions and foster placements, which is usually the state level control. Many other states, though, and most of the federally recognized tribes had called on the Supreme Court to uphold the law. The Health and Human Services Secretary praised today's ruling, saying the Indian Child Welfare Act has been the gold standard for 4 decades and strives to protect the best interests of Indian children by keeping Native families intact wherever possible and addressing systemic injustice. Well, this is the time of year that the Supreme Court typically makes its big rulings, although the justices aren't working to a published schedule. One decision that we're still waiting on is whether the government can move ahead with President Biden's student loan forgiveness program. One way or another, repayments are going to start coming due again this fall. KVEW has a look at what borrowers need to know.
The Department of Education offering clarity for federal student loan borrowers. Student loan interest will resume on September 1st and payments will resume in October, definitively ending the pandemic pause that started in March 2020. For some, it will mean a major shift in budgeting.
A lot of them were using this for their everyday use to purchase medical expenses, to repay a car bill, get their car fixed, home improvements. Is a lot of things that have happened in this 3 years.
Jalen Herbin of the Center for Responsible Lending says borrowers should use the summer months to get their finances in order.
It is enough time for you to reach out to a servicer and ask the questions that you need to ask. How will this impact me? What are the changes that will take place from what previously took place? Or I am a new graduate. What do I need to know about my account? How can I make sure that I do not go into default?
The Department of Education says it will be in direct communication with borrowers before repayments are due. Borrowers are also waiting to see if the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program can legally move forward. Two lawsuits accusing the Biden White House of overreach reached the Supreme Court. Their ruling is imminent. The Biden administration estimates more than 40 million low and middle income federal student loan borrowers would qualify for some debt cancellation. In Washington, I'm Karen KAPP.
Looking locally tonight, one man is retiring from Ben Franklin Transit after 39 years on the job. And he got a fantastic send-off this morning. Steve McMurray was surrounded by friends and family on his final route today, the 123. Eric Van Winkle is Steve's brother-in-law. He says Steve has been a leader at Ben Franklin Transit.
Yeah, 4 decades in this town. A leader, I understand he's the senior driver. When he leaves today, there's a big gap coming along, but for the last number of years, he's got to pick his own route. But he's pretty well known on the circuit. If you've ridden the bus in this town, you know Steve McMurray.
Now, according to the Ben Franklin Transit Planning Department, Steve has driven 1,501,188 miles. And this isn't counting any miles he's driven off the clock. We wish Steven a very relaxing retirement. He says he plans to play a lot of tennis and visit some family around the country. Maybe some more driving there. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, Riley Fitzgerald will bring us that whole story. And school is out next week for students in Ellensburg, and the city of Ellensburg has programs to keep them busy over the summer. Registration is now open for the city's Skyhawk sports camps for kids ages 3 through 12. They have flag football, soccer, swimming, and sports combos to keep kids physically active. To keep their minds active, the Ellensburg Public Library has just launched its summer reading program for adults, teens, and youth.
You can stop by the library and pick up a reading log, and it has tons of fun prizes, and there's also a bunch of library programming surrounding reading, and it's just a great way to stay busy this summer.
The library's summer reading program is free. The Skyhawk sports camps vary in price. There's more information available on the City of Ellensburg website. Well, it should be a beautiful weekend, but we are tracking some smoke. A lot of people getting Monday off as well for Juneteenth. Taking a live look outside, again, we are seeing that smoke kind of moving in. Stacey Lee is joining us next with the details to help you plan your weekend. And still ahead on KAPP KVEW Local News at 5, President Biden pulling business leaders together to try and help you avoid extra surprises on your bill the next time you buy tickets or book a room.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more. With a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade. All with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello. We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with US Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
US Cellular, built for us.
The Golf Forecast, sponsored by the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic, August 14th through 20th.
Welcome back. We have another frozen fruit recall to tell you about. Frozen strawberries this time that could be contaminated with hepatitis A. The Willamette Valley Fruit Company, which is based in Salem, Oregon, is voluntarily recalling sliced strawberries and mixed fruit blends that were sold at Walmart and Costco. So far, there are no reports of anyone getting sick. We have a complete list of the recalled fruit, though, on our website, yaktrinews.com. Well, if you've booked a vacation or bought tickets for just about anything, you've probably seen those additional charges pop up right at the end that President Biden calls junk fees. Now he's pressuring companies to clear away the extras and clearly state their prices. ABC's M. Nguyen explains.
President Joe Biden announcing several large companies, including Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation, committing to post all-inclusive pricing up front rather than surprising consumers with additional fees at the end of checkout.
These hidden charges the companies sneak into your bill to make you pay more without you really knowing it.
The president hosting executives from other big corporations like SeatGeek, a mobile-focused ticketing platform, and Airbnb, a rental marketplace, to highlight the administration's latest pressure campaign to end so-called junk fees.
The companies represented here today are voluntarily committing to all-in upfront pricing.
The White House lauding Biden's efforts to lower costs for hardworking families. The ticketing issue reached a boiling point in November when fans faced exorbitantly high prices for Taylor Swift's Eras Tour tickets.
We spent 6,000. Experiences are forever. Like, we will never forget this.
Live Nation saying concert attendance was up 24% last year compared to pre-pandemic numbers from 2019, while the average U.S. concert ticket price came in at just over $100.
This is a win for consumers, in my view, and proof that our crackdown on junk fees has real momentum.
Live Nation plans to roll out the all-in pricing experience in September. The White House says more companies plan to heed the president's call so consumers can know exactly what they're paying for up front. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Well, we could see movement speeding up at the Port of Seattle. Over the weekend, the Pacific Maritime Association said a work slowdown effectively stopped port operations. Now, the International Longshore and Warehouse Union says they've reached a tentative deal with the association. This would impact around 22,000 dock workers at ports all along the West Coast. The last contract expired almost a year ago. Details of the tentative agreement have not yet been released. And another big labor contract making progress, UPS and the Teamsters Union have a tentative agreement to get air conditioning in delivery vans eventually. Negotiators say if the contract is ratified, current UPS drivers would get 2 fans per van and extra vents. Any vehicles purchased after the end of this year will have to come with AC.
Now, KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's take a look at our Legends Casino Skycam tonight. Again, we're seeing lots of smoke and haze out in the Toppenish area. We're looking towards Mount Adams. We had a great view of it yesterday. Cannot see it tonight due to that smoke and haze in the area. Our sunset tonight at 8:50, working our way to that 9 o'clock sunset time as we get closer to summer solstice. 79 right now in Yakima. It's 80 in the Tri-Cities, 77 in Walla Walla, a cool 69 in Cle Elum. And again, our satellite radar, we have some clouds rolling in this evening. Ridge of high pressure sitting out to the west. Taking a look out onto the coast, see what's happening. That marine layer moving in. It's going to impact the west side of the state. Going to see some overcast conditions there and even some rain showers. Probably not going to see much of any rain to the east side of the state as the weekend moves along. However, we are going to see cooler temperatures headed our way. The big cool down coming after tomorrow. Tomorrow, another warm day. Here's that cloudy skies. They'll start developing Friday night. A little bit overcast starting your day on Saturday. Then things will clear out. It's going to be pretty beautiful out there and much cooler as we get into Sunday for Father's Day. Let's take a look at our storm chances. Again, looking clear through the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, Yakima Valley. Again, if you start looking out towards Pullman and the Blue Mountains has a chance of some showers on Saturday. Otherwise, looking really good. Now, wind speeds around the area, we'll see those starting to pick up. Yakima and Ellensburg area. Hanford right now 11-mile-an-hour winds. Tri-Cities at 3 miles an hour. Futurecast, again, we'll see those gusty winds in the Yakima Valley developing as we get get into your Friday, things are fairly calm, and then we'll see those winds picking up a little bit later in the afternoon on Friday. If you're planning on traveling out of town, just be aware of that. Now, air quality is an issue. You can see the smoke and haze. Very poor air quality up towards Moses Lake into the Ephrata area. There's a fire burning there, impacting the air quality, as well as the fire smoke coming down from British Columbia. We're seeing moderate air quality through the area, and we'll start to see that creeping closer into the Tri-Cities as the evening moves along. Here's our Futurecast smoke map, and again, you see majority of the smoke coming down from those wildfires in Canada, and again, it will be touching into the Tri-Cities area by about 9 o'clock tonight. The good news is the winds are going to start shifting direction, blowing the smoke to the east. We also have pretty high pollen counts moving into the weekend. Look at Saturday up there in the high zone, and we'll stay that way Sunday. Things will start to look better for pollen counts on Monday of next week. Tonight we've got partly cloudy skies, breezy winds, and again we're dealing with smoke and haze. Most of our area in the 50s tonight, dropping down to 49 in Pendleton, 56 Tri-Cities, and in Yakima. For tomorrow, again, look for that warmer day, summer-like conditions again just for one day. Then we're going to cool way down this weekend. 89 Tri-Cities, 87 in Walla Walla, 87 in Yakima. Weather photos, another one. I had a little trip on the Snake River. Have you guys ever checked out the tugboats? It's a very working river on the Snake as they push those big barges through the McNary Dam. So pretty cool to see that. Remember to send your weather photos to me, slee at KAPP.com. Here's your golf forecast. Looking good for Dad this weekend. Go hit the little white ball. The weather is going to cooperate. I'll get to more and the full 7-day forecast coming up. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. Well, it's an infestation of almost biblical proportions. We're talking about the insects taking over a Nevada town, even prompting warnings from the Department of Transportation. Next.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick June 27th and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us in celebrating our nation's symbol this 4th of July with a new flag for your home.
There's a better way to buy pre-owned. Honda True. With multiple tiers of vehicles like Certified Plus and Certified, you get less worries and more benefits. Choose from the latest Honda models, which means less unpredictability and more paths to discover. And get the peace of mind you deserve, with less strings attached and more freedom. Find out why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
Hey fans, it's Eric the Peanut Guy from your Tri-City Dust Devils. Join us for a week of affordable family fun, Tuesday, June 13th through Sunday the 18th. Come out Friday, June 16th for Family Feast Night presented by Grocery Outlet, when you can snag $2 hot dogs, ice cream sandwiches, Coca-Cola products, and more. Then Saturday, June 17th, we'll shoot off post-game fireworks thanks to Highline Engineering and Fabrication. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
Whether you're looking to add a splash of color to your home, planting your very own vegetable garden, or expanding your dream landscape, Queen's Gate Gardens is the place to go this summer. Queen's Gate Gardens in Richland, let's grow together.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Well, check this out. A plague of insects is now prompting traffic warnings in Nevada.
This is one of those heebie-jeebie stories. Now, this is something you've got to see to believe. The Nevada Department of Transportation says Mormon crickets are covering roadways and making potentially slick conditions for drivers. They've actually been putting down sand to try and help.
It's incredible. Now, Mormon crickets, not actually crickets. They're actually more like grasshoppers. They can't fly. They just kind of creep across the ground, and they are really creeping people out.
It's bugging me. Oh, it's bugging me.
You can see that they're moving and crawling, and the whole road's crawling, and it just makes your skin crawl. It's just so gross.
It causes depression, anxiety. You feel super violated. When you're inside the house, it sounds like it's raining because they just randomly let go of wherever they're hanging onto and drop.
I know. I'm crossing Nevada off of my vacation plans right now.
That's a giant no for me as well.
But I did hear they're supposed to move on. It's kind of like a 6-year cycle.
A seasonal thing.
Hang in there, Nevada. They should be on their way out soon.
That's good news.
Here in our area, mostly smoke, no bugs.
Mostly smoke, yeah. And we're going to see that smoke get a little worse this evening, but it should move out by the weekend. So the weekend's looking good. In fact, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast right now. Again, we'll have that come in when we come right back.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Next DT, Gabrielle Union's journey to 50.
I had reached a breaking point.
Stories from her emotional birthday trip to Africa with her husband, Dwayne Wade. Next DT.
Tonight at 7 on KVEW.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys. The Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
There's working you. And then there's Chill You. Chill You is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill You is the best you. There you are. Bring back your Chill You with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
I want to be smarter with my spending now. And that's what we're here for.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
When you go see art in New York City, do you want to chop it up? What do the young kids say?
They don't know because they've never used that phrase before.
Next live, Asteroid City's Scarlett Johansson. Tomorrow morning at 9 on KAPP.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at the forecast. It's kind of a roller coaster this week.
It's been kind of a roller coaster. Get ready for warm weather once again tomorrow. One day of summer again, breezy winds in the afternoon. Saturday dropping into the 80s. And look at that, we drop into the 70s for Father's Day weekend into Juneteenth. And then those temperatures gradually will start to rise later in the week. In Yakima, similar situation. Look at those 60s though, and temperatures overnight down in the 40s. That's a little bit unseasonably cool. We're talking 10 to 15 degrees below average. So overall, not a bad looking Father's Day weekend. So support Dad, take him golfing, barbecue, I don't know.
Great time to get outside.
There it is.
All right, Wellness Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6. And of course, you can find the latest anytime on our website, yaktrinews.com. We'll see you at 6.